It's Week 13 of the 2024 season.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
He spins free. Left side complete to Lockett. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III.
The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 12 carries, 58 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Clifton.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He completes this to Walker.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Clifton.
Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Seahawks at 7-4 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Clifton. He finds his man, complete. It's Tucker. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 21. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now to the ground, here's Walker.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down. Clifton. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger, throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Murray now on 1st down.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Play fake. Murray. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Murray. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
On the counter, it's Walker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer and making the big-time play.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Off the play fake. Clifton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his tight end fan. He's going to pick up the first down and then some.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with the W.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. 10-0 to score after one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Clifton. He finds his man, complete. It's Tucker. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Clifton. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Clifton. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The New Orleans offense set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up
on 2nd and 9. Murray got his man complete over the middle. It's Hardy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Kamara up the middle. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and
from the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. Throw left side complete. That's Bailey. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and On second and very short, Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McDonald. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Coming left is Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Again, it's Kamara. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The Saints on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kyler Murray, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Well, the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Straight ahead, Walker. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Clifton. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Throwing on first down, Clifton. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on second down, Clifton. This one goes underneath to Walker. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, he'll drop to throw. This complete to Lockett. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
First down, Seahawks.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off play action. Clifton. They're unable to
connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Clifton.
Returning right back to Lockett.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
It's a gain of 35.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Las Vegas Raiders. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition.
And Andrews lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime, because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense, because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
Following the fumble recovery, Clifton. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st and 10, Clifton. Incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Clifton. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
A 6-yard play brings up second.
Back to throw. Clifton. He completes this to Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got it.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Looking to throw. Clifton. Touchdown! Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
2nd and 6.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray now to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Returnable for Lockett. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Clifton. Over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
From the gun on third down, Clifton. Open man is met. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Clifton. Left side complete to Lockett.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Looking to throw. Clifton. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, a 5-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Marr on for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Murray going to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap. to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd and 2, Clifton. It's caught, Lockett. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, you know me, partner, I never talk to back on being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 8. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Tyreek Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it's Lockett. Dances by him. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Hand off here to Walker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 40-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. Possession is 9/10 of the game. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Back to Walker on 1st down.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the play fake. Clifton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
Back to throw. Clifton
setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Clifton.
Repeated the last play, finding Walker. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. To throw again on second down. Murray to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And going right back to Walker.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. First down, Murray. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. On 2nd and 10, Murray. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Well, with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. On the give, it's Walker.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's brought down to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation